Right, folks, welcome back to another video beer review. Today we've got a beer coming out of Tuletorn, and it is a Tulevski. It's a triple IPA coming in. It's what is most likely an unsessionable ABV, 10.5% ABV. Yeah, I wouldn't normally, as you all know, pick up a triple IPA. I went to Tuletorn earlier on today. I got into Tallinn. I'm trying to turn the TV off, TV down, but I think it's good. There we go. Just about. Get that. There we go. I got into Tallinn a little bit later than I wanted to. It's my own fault. Missed the first train I was going to get. So the second train I got was an hour later, but it was a bit longer. So ended up taking a little bit longer to actually get to Tallinn. And well, I went to Tuletorn after dropping my bag off, which I'm glad I did, because otherwise I'd have been traipsing all over town with my bag and everything. And I went there. I didn't go too crazy. I probably could have had another flight. I only had one flight when I was there. They do shut early on a Sunday though, and I did have other places I wanted to go to, and one of those other places closed early as well. So I was a bit limited. So when they had a flight of beers, I think I have had some Tuletorn before from Uyahamar in the past, or last year mainly. So afterwards I wanted to go to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn was closing early as well. I think they were closing at 6:30, and I think Tuletorn was 6, and I left here at 4:00. So got a taxi over there. It was about 4:15 or something. I got there for so. Wasn't left with loads of time, but I had enough time to kind of do the other place I wanted to do as well later on. It's something I've kind of got a little bit more used to from the last time I was in Tallinn, and obviously now. And last time I came to Tallinn, I was here for 4 or 5 days, and everything, obviously I came during the week, but everything opens late. Obviously that was during the week. And on a weekend, I didn't experience it, but everything opens late, and it's only open for a few hours. And it seems on the weekend that things are open. Maybe Saturday is really the longest time they're open for, but on a Sunday especially, almost everywhere is shut. And the places that are open aren't open for very long. So, picked this one up from Uba Yahamal. Didn't look at the ABV before I bought it. I've done that twice now. Did it yesterday at Puhast in Tartu, and here we go again. Another unintentional triple IPA. So it doesn't really say very much. Ingredients: water, barley, wheat, malt, oat malt, wheat flakes, hops, yeast. Doesn't say any further information, I don't think. Oh, it does. Triple IPA bursting with a dry hop of New Zealand Cascade, Motueka and Rawaka, brewed with our friends from Milenarica in Croatia. That's the one I was trying to understand from before. Best before 28th of August 2026. A gold top on the can. And we're using not the greatest glassware because I'm in a hotel room. My word, that's sweet. But yeah, we've got one more beer to have after this one. But I think with it being a triple, I think we'll pour that, and then we might move on to the next one, do the review of the next one before we finish these cans off, because otherwise I'll be in a pickle. Nose is very, very sweet, as you'd expect. Nice and floral. That Cascade is giving, nice citrus sort of slight herbal notes. And then behind that, there's a lot of booze, as you kind of expect to get this sort of ABV. It's kind of like honey sweetness. We'll dive in. Cheers. Yeah, it's not quite as good as the one Triple IPA I had yesterday from past, but this is, I'd say, a little bit more aggressive with the alcohol note. and I think a little bit more grapey. And you know, that sweetness is a bit more prevalent. It's definitely sweeter, and it doesn't hide the ABV quite as well as what the Pujas did. But yeah, I suppose it's a learning curve with someone like Tuletorn. They're not that new, not that old, but as a style of beer that you probably aren't going to be brewing that often, you need to learn every single time, as you would do. You need to learn every single time you brew it. What flavors you'd want to keep and what you wouldn't want to keep. Pardon me. But yeah, I don't drink triple IPAs very often because I don't particularly enjoy them. Will I enjoy the rest of this beer? To an extent. But what I will do is I'll rate it relatively fairly. So if you do want to see my rating, check out my Untapped. Because I don't never say my ratings on here. But yeah, it's all right. It's very good in because obviously it is a triple IPA and they're extremely hard to actually master. I don't think I've really ever had one that's been fully mastered. Maybe from other half years ago, but no, for me it's too sweet. I don't enjoy the style. I don't want to. I don't see like an IPA or a double IPA and think, yeah, I want that. And ultimately, what that's going to do is going to fuck you up. But I want to have something that's 10%. I want to get fucked up. It's just a happy accident. Something that happened, and yeah, I don't look at a 10.5% beer and think, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, obviously some people do. I think for me personally, balance goes out the window when it comes to these sorts of beers. When it's in an IPA or double IPA or triple IPA format, the balance is gone. But each to their own. If you enjoy a triple IPA, let me know in the comments box below. Let me know what you think about triple IPAs and their like. They're just not for me. Yeah, I suppose after this one, we're going to move on to something else again, which I wouldn't normally review. But yeah, see you next one.